Welcome back to the Avalon Guns YouTube channel. Today we're at the Mendip shooting ground once again, but we're outside as it's such a lovely day and sunny. This is the tuition stand, so if you are new to shooting you can come here. There's coaches on site, they can help you with getting into the grips of starting shooting, having a go at. There's an incoming clay and there's also a clay going away just to get your eye in. To the left of me there's a pro sporting stand. There's lots and lots of layouts here. There's a full sporting layout down in the woods. You've got rifle ranges, there's one underneath us as we're standing now that's below the shop, and much more to do. So if you fancy a good day out, come to Mendip shooting grounds, there's lots to do. And of course there's the Avalon Guns shop inside the clubhouse on site, as well as our shop that we've got in street. So there's two of those. In the video today we're looking at the Browning B725. So this is the 725 Pro Sport model, which is a little bit different to the normal 725. Before we get into that, as always in the last few videos, what we've been doing is giving away the Avalon Guns hats. You might have seen in the previous videos, I haven't got one out here, but we will give one away in this video, either a black or blue Avalon Guns hat. As soon as this video gets to 50 likes, we'll pick someone at random from the comments, so make sure you comment, let us know what you think about Avalon Guns or Mendip or this Browning in the video. So leave a comment and we'll pick someone at random. Nick will pick a winner for a free hat, so make sure you enter and get involved in that, as someone's winning a hat all the time here at the moment. We've been drawing them at random on the other videos, so you can see if you look back through them. Our most recent Browning video, we did a Ultra XS Pro AC, so if you'd like to see that, just click onto our channel and you can see that. That goes through the model and what comes with the gun. Again, really popular Browning. This one, however, is the most popular Browning we have sold as new Brownings go. So this is the most popular gun that we've sold in a big number at the Mendip shooting ground. It's always really popular. We've got a demo gun from Browning on the site here, so if you'd like to have a go with this gun before you buy one, you can do so here on the Pro Sporting layout, where it's a little bit trickier, and you can test the gun out, make sure it works for you. As they're adjustable, we can get that fitted before you want to go out with it as well, and go through all the features in the shop. So today we'll go through the gun and what comes with the gun, and what we think of it. So starting at the back, you've got the Pashmir recoil pad. This is grinded down to fit this stock, so if you took that off, it may not necessarily go onto another gun, so that's fitted for that stock, for that woodwork. It does come with a spare, which we'll go into in a second inside there. You've got this really nice grade walnut stock and forend, of course they're matching. They always come with a nice figure on them. They are quite thick, so you get a bit of weight retained there, which does help reduce recoil, having a heavier gun. And it's a stronger bit of wood as it's thicker. The next bit to show you is the adjustable stock, so that's easily changed with an Allen key at the end. So inside this pad there's a hole there. All you've got to do is put the Allen key in there, loosen off the nut that's there, and then you can then move this piece. This cheek piece can move up and down to get the correct height and pitch when you're looking down the rib. It can also move left and right if you want to put some more cast across the gun, and it saves you having to actually cast the woodwork and bend that, so you can move this cheek piece left, right, up and down to get the correct pitch. If you're not sure or confident that you're going to get it fitted correctly for how you need to have it, you can of course come into the store with your gun and we'll help with that. We've got Tony, Bryce and some others that can help you with getting the gun fitted for you, so you know you're shooting in the straight place, so then it's all down to just where you're pointing it rather than the fitting. So fitting is really important. That's why you've got adjustable stocks on the 725 Pro Sports, which is one of the key features really. The next feature, which is different to a normal 725, you've got this big pistol grip, so it's larger than normal, there's more of a curve on it, and as well as that you've got a palm swell. So on the right side on the right-handed gun, left on the left-handed, you've got this swollen grip, so it just puts your hand in the same position each time. It's for comfort as well, so when you're holding the gun your hand goes into the same place each time basically, because you've got that swollen piece there for your palm to sit onto. Moving forward to the trigger unit, as always on these 725s, on the sporting models you get adjustable triggers. On a field or game model you just get a fixed trigger. On the sporting models, as they're adjustable on a rail, they can fully be taken off and replaced with another trigger, which will go inside in there in a second. There's 3 settings which you've got really small dots that you can change and move the trigger forward and back. Why you might want to do that is because it's going to affect the stock length, which is measured from the trigger to the end. So you can put it at the front and make it a longer length of pull, and it also changes the position where your finger will be pulling the trigger, and then you can also move it back to make a shorter length of pull. If you have got shorter fingers, you can still grip it comfortably. Over to the top of the action, you've got a barrel selector, so you can go left and right, and it says under or over, which decides which barrel fires first. We normally have under barrel firing first here, depending on what your choke setup is, to what barrel you want firing first. And then of course you move that forwards and it takes the safety off. At the moment S is exposed, so it's on safe, it won't fire. Push it forwards and it can fire. Top lever in action is the same as a 725 Sporting model. This one is finished in a black, which goes smoothly with the barrels. You've got gold writing on the side saying Pro Sport, same again on the other side, Pro Sport in gold, and on the underside again 725 and Pro Sport. Moving over to the fore end, so this is a TF fore end, they call that in Browning, so it's a trap fore end. Trap fore ends are wider than a normal Sporting fore end. This is a Sporting shotgun with a trap fore end. Again, for comfort, it's personal preference. Lots of people with the Sporting guns upgrade and change to a trap fore end. So this one comes from the factory as a Sporter with a trap fore end. You can, if you want, change that again to a Sporting fore end, but it's personal preference. Everyone we've sold have had these trap fore ends on. It's very popular. Next up to show you the finish on the barrel. So as you can see, it's got this big yellow Browning sticker that can be easily peeled off if you don't like that. Underneath the sticker is a satin black barrel blue, so it's not going to shine in the sun. It's not going to mark very easily either, that's the main point. It's very durable. You've also got at the top, if you can see the light going through there, you've got a ventilated top rib, which is a Sporting wide rib, and you've also got ventilated side ribs, so that lets out the heat. If you're shooting lots of shots in a row, 10 at a stand or 20 in a row, it's going to get hot, so you've got those vents in there to help the gun cool down and stop the barrels getting too hot, which could of course make the fore end get hot. So you've got vents all the way through there. At the end of the gun, on the end of the barrel, you've got this bright green bead. Again, we'll go through in a second what's inside here. There is spares with that. And then we've got the Browning DS chokes inside here. So they're extended, they're silver with a gold band, and you get a full range of 8 chokes with these guns. So 2 in the gun, 6 inside the case. As far as handling goes, this is a heavier gun. It's 8 pounds and 8 ounces, this one. They can range up to even 9 pounds, we've seen. The heavier it is, it does reduce the recoil, so it is nice to shoot when they are heavier. Of course it is heavier if you're carrying it around, but you're not going to be game shooting, walking around fields and fields with this, so you're not going to need it to be lightweight. So that's good. Everyone in the shop, our personal opinion in the shop, everyone likes it, everyone's got good feedback on it, the way it shoots and handles and the recoil, they all have good feedback on. So inside the case we get this silver Browning ABS case with the handle in the middle. At each end we've got a combination lock, which of course is a new gun, so this is set as zeros. It's easy to change to what code you like on there. Inside the case we get the Browning socks, which cover up the barrels and fore ends as one, and then the stock in action as another one, so when you want to put it in here neatly. You've also got a Browning owner's manual in there with the certificate, which shows the serial number and the dates of proof. And then we'll move over to the spares. So trigger lock, we have the guns in gun cabinets in the UK here, so not always essential, but it is handy to have a trigger lock. If you're taking the gun in the car, you can always put that on in the car, so that's handy. Also if you're going away shooting in a hotel, got the trigger lock, you can have that through there. First thing is the pad. You get a larger pad, so the pad that's on the gun currently is a medium pad. You've also got this one, which is a large one. Again, that one has been grounded down to fit this stock only, so it's already pre-done and you can fit that straight on. All you've got to do, there's a screw at the top and bottom holding the pad on, undo those 2 screws and that one fits straight on. So got a spare pad in there. Inside this box we get the 6 extra chokes, so 2 in the gun, 6 more here. They range all the way from extra full down to cylinder and skeet. so you get a big range of changing those. Like the chokes, if we don't already know, they change the spread pattern of the shot which goes through the barrel. They're different thicknesses, so the thicker the choke, the tighter the pattern, the further the distance the pattern and shot will go. And then opposite with the open one, it does spread the pattern out. So there's personal preferences on different chokes. We can recommend, depending on what you're shooting, which chokes you have in there. Most popular everywhere is quarter and half, quarter first shot, half second shot, but depending on where you're shooting and what scenario it is, you can change those chokes to tighter or more open. Again, it's personal preference. So there's a case with the chokes as well, and in this other box we've got the spare triggers, which was the next point we went through. So again, it's a straight trigger in there at the moment. You get a spare trigger in here which is right-handed, so it's got a right-handed curve. If you did all of this as a left-handed gun, which are available in our store, you get a left-handed trigger in there, and then you get another trigger which is checkered, so it's got grip on there, and that's the full set of triggers. Next thing to show you are the barrel weights. So the barrel weights clip on the inside of the rib. They sit each side and they slide. They can be underneath the fore end or they can be put here, and they just fit on with two small screws, really easy to fit on. Why you'd want to put the weights on is to create a muzzle heavy gun, and it might keep your swing going. It's again personal preference, and it can be set up with some help here. So that's the next thing inside the box, is the barrel weight. Choke key, which you'll need to undo all those chokes. There's 8 of them, so that might be busy. And the next thing is the stock weights here, which again, if you take that pad off, the 2 screws come off. There's a nut inside holding the stock bolt, so the stock's held onto the action. That's where this can be fitted on. There's different sizes. You can put a different combination of weights on there to choose what extra weight you'd like on there. And the last thing is the different selection of Allen keys. And that is the full set of pieces you get with this 725. Again, our feedback on this gun, it's been the most popular Browning to be sold at the Mendip store. It's not an entry-level priced gun, it's for an experienced shooter. We really like it. Let us know what you think in the comments of this gun. Please remember to subscribe to our page, and thank you very much for watching once again.